guys, how are you today? Welcome back to another video. You may see something here in front of me. It is pink with gold polka dots, and you're probably wondering, what the heck is that? So we'll get into this in a second. Before we get into what this is, I just wanted to start things off by saying this is going to be a new kind of series on my channel. Two new series, actually. The first part of this is going to be budget videos. One of my more popular videos here on YouTube is about Walmart on a budget. I went to Walmart with $20 budget and I bought art supplies to see what I could make. I really enjoyed doing that, and I think you guys did too. I definitely want to do more stores like that. I think budgeting's super important, especially now. The cost of things are going up, but it's so important to be able to save money. And the best part is it's easy to save money too. You can create without spending a ton of money. So moving into what this is a beautiful jar. You can see here, it's a little mushroom. There's something in the jar, which we'll get into here in a second. So on the topic of budgeting, I was unemployed recently for about a month, and something that it became more important for me to budget at that time. So during that time, I started finding ways to save money, especially on art supplies. And I want to share some of those with you at another time, but this particular video is one of those instances. So basically, I kept seeing this trend where people would paint on Pantone postcards. And I'm not very good at painting, so I wanted to participate in this trend. If you're unfamiliar with it, you get a set of Pantone postcards, which are swatches, and they have the color name at the bottom, and you make a painting based on that color. Well, they're like $15, $20, maybe $30. I'm not sure off the top of my head, I'm just guessing. But anyway, when I looked, it was too expensive at the time for me to purchase. So I thought, how can I participate in this trend on a budget? And what I came up with was what's in this jar. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and open it and show you guys. The best thing I came up with was paint swatches. So these paint swatches you can get at any sort of home goods store. And by home goods, I'm talking about like Home Depot, Lowe's, I think even Walmart has some. And they're where the interior paint is kept, like where you would paint a wall. It's so you can see what color the wall is. You can test a color before committing. And you know what the best part of these little swatches are? They are absolutely 100% free. You could go in, go crazy, get as many as you want like I did, and come out. And you know what even better? They're free, and you get to select the colors you want. So you're not limited to what's in the Pantone palette. And each color has a name like they do Pantone. This one's Brown Velvet. This is a Valspar one. I like the shape. I thought it was similar to the Pantone Postcards. And they come in all sorts of crazy shapes. This is another one I got. This is a Sherwin-Williams one, I think. I got all mine at Lowe's, if you're curious. But you can get them anywhere paint swatches are sold, and some of them even have 3 colors like this, which would probably make for a really cool painting too. This is another Sherwin-Williams one. So I'm just going to use these little guys here, and we're going to make some paintings on them. Like I said, this is the first in a sort of, I don't want to say series. It's going to kind of be a series, but I'm going to put like budget videos in a playlist too for you guys, any that I do. And then I'm also going to do a series on painting on these little things. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started on the first one. I'm going to pick one at random here. We got Can't Miss Lime. So let's see what I can come up with for this. The first color was, of course, Can't Miss Lime. My mind first went to Key Lime Pie. I wanted to do something with the lime theme. The first thing I did was start by sketching out this pie, because of course key lime pie, it's got the whipped cream, it's got the lime, it's in a pie crust, kind of like a lemon meringue, but it's lime instead. The thing I did first was draw it in pencil. Then I mixed up some paint and I started painting. Since this is sort of a budget kind of challenge, I wanted to do a little bit in budget, at least for the first one. I painted this with apple barrel paint, folk art paint, and craft smart paint. Those are my 3 paints of choice. If you're unfamiliar with any of those, I neglected to get a video or a photo, but you can get them at Walmart. That's where you get folk art or apple barrel. Michael's has their brand, which is craft smart, and they come in little bottles. They're about, anywhere from 50 cents to $1 per bottle, depending on what you get. I just got the matte ones, so they were probably about 50 cents a bottle. They're very affordable and very good for the price point. So that's those. I just started painting everything in my greens, and I went in and did some white whipped cream. It was very hard to paint these actually because this paint card was very shiny, it was glossy, and it didn't really want to absorb the paint, so I had to do multiple layers. I just kept going and going, and sometimes you just have to trust that process and keep going, and it all turns out okay. So I just kept going, adding my layers here, which you can see, and everything is starting to kind of come together at this point. It's starting to look a little bit like key lime pie. I wanted to make this more on the cartoon side, as I like doing, so I wanted to do, after that, add a black outline. I know my hand's not steady enough to do it with a craft smart paint or the apple barrel, whatever you want to use. So I did this Posca pen. Now, sticking with the budget theme, you could get a Posca pen at somewhere like Michael's. They're only a couple dollars. You can get them in any size, any color. I had a little bit of difficulties with this one. That's why I kept scribbling out to the side. I don't think I activated it well enough. So I just outlined everything, made sure I liked the way it looked. Then I go in here in a minute with some white paint, fix up that whipped cream, and then make some highlights. And that one is complete. Then I moved on to my next color, which was called Deep Earth. I started to sketch out the drawing for this one. I wanted to do some mushroom houses, and then I realized the pencil was not going to show up very well on this paint card, so I freehanded it, which was nerve-wracking for me. Trust me on this one. I wanted to do 2 little mushroom houses. I went in with my Posca pens this time. I know that's a little bit out of budget. They're fairly pricey, but again, you could get a couple colors. They're a couple dollars each. I know that's a little bit out of budget for some people. I did get my Posca pens. Most of them I buy with coupons and things, and I get them much cheaper than they usually are. I'm going to do another video on that and how I do that at a later date, so stay tuned for that, but I will definitely cover that. So I just went in and I made my mushrooms look more like houses. I wanted them to feel like little homes. So here I am going in with a yellow Posca pen, giving them some windows. Then I'm going in, they need a little bit of ground to stand on, so I'm just giving them some grass. And I'm going to go in with some different colors here and really make the grass a little more lively. So I'm just going in and I'm making these homes look more like homes. And I really love how this is turning out. This one they're both different. And I started to go in and give the roof spots with a white Posca pen, and it just was not happening. I was struggling with these Posca pens today. So I had to go back over the roof in red where I tried. And then I went in with some paint and I painted in the little dots. I should have let the red dry a little more, but I guess I was being a little impatient on this particular day. Once I was satisfied with the dots on the roof, I went in with a black Posca pen and outlined everything to make it look a little more cartoony. You know how this goes for me. And you can see where I scribbled around the edges, making sure the pen was working for both of them. It gets a little messy here. So after I outlined everything and everything was completed to my liking, I'm going to show you here in a second what the 2 finished products look like. And that was that one. So real quick, I wanted to see what you guys thought. Did you enjoy this video? Do you want to see more like it? Which one do you think was more successful? The key lime pie or the mushroom houses? They were done in 2 different media. And I want to know what you guys think. I love hearing from you guys, as always. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your support, and I hope to catch you for the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.